It is Molina. It is Colasso. Is it going to be Patatos? Or is it going to be Cummings? Or is it going to be Jamie McLaren? Who are the players who are going to score today? Because this is ISL, and here we are for the round 20. Mohun Bagan Super Giants, the Sobuj and Maroon, the Invincibles this season, winning everything, whatever is coming on their way. Oh my god, Mohun Bagan Super Giants are going to create history in the Indian Super League again, because this time it is against Punjab FC. And talking about the both the teams, 4 wins for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants and no wins for Punjab FC. And in the ISL table, it is Punjab FC who are doing very lenient to be talking about. They are at the ninth spot. Punjab FC, out of those 17 games, they are on. This is the 18th game they have been playing. Only 23 points and a goal difference of 1. They have conceded 25 goals and scored 26. 8 draws, 8 losses, 2 draws, 7 wins. That is from Punjab FC, and they haven't won against Mohun Bagan Super Giants. To be precise, in the past 5 meetings, it was in the Durand Cup final stage where they came close up to that 3-3 draw. But in the penalties, it was all the way for the Sobuj and Maroon for that Durand Cup. But the previous meeting this season, December 26, it was Punjab FC losing by 2 goals, scoring 1, whereas it was the likes of, from Mohun Bagan, Rodriguez scoring twice, and it was McLaren getting those penalties. It was that big win which Mohun Bagan has got against most of the teams in this ISL this season. Punjab FC, talking about their fixtures, to be precise, they have done bit decent if to talk about, because in the past meetings of Punjab FC, they have got those wins against Bengaluru FC. They lost to Jamshedpur. They had a draw against Mumbai City, a draw against Northeast as well. But after those, there were all those defeats which were trailing for Punjab. But for Mohun Bagan Super Giants, it was 4-0 win against the Mohammedan Sporting Club. Bangalore 1-0. Chennaiyan, it was a draw. Jamshedpur, it was a draw. And against East Bengal, it was a 1-0 win. Mohun Bagan Super Giants on the fixtures of ISL this season hasn't got any loss. To be precise, it is the past 7 games. To be precise, it was the last time where they met FC Goa at the home of Goa. That was a defeat which the Super Giants have got this season, and also a loss against Bengaluru FC. That was in the month of September. These are the 2 defeats which the Sobuj and Maroon Super Giants have got this season. And what to talk about this? Because every time the players are seen on the pitch, Liston Colasso, the man, the single man army, it is Alex Stewart, it is McLaren, it is the likes of Manveer Singh, or it is Rodriguez. But in the starting lineups, let's have a look what is in store for today's game. It is from the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, the likes of Colasso, single man army on the left wings. Subhashish Bose, that goalkeeper, that elite captain. On the left backs, Rodriguez as well as Biswas are there. This young kid, Dipendu Biswas, he is much to be praised of, because he has been doing those big glory moments at this young age. He has been supporting, but the absence of another center back, it is what is the deficiency in this game. Because talking about the different defense which is available for today, it is, we can bring in Kurunian, Glenn Martins is there, Saurabh Bhanwala are the defense, but it is Albert Eldred who is missing for this game. Ashish Rai back from his suspensions on the right banks. And yes, Sahal as well as Tangri on the side. Defensive midfields. There is no Apuya for this game. Alex Stewart has been picked, and it is McLaren. So yes, Joseph Francisco Molina is making those changes with the team. Whereas to talk about Punjab FC, it is Giacomakis and Vidal. Vidal is that man who can create those big happenings. He has those assists as well as he has those goals this season. Vidal is that man in the starting lineup from Punjab FC who is bit critical and he can create those damages. But apart from that, from Punjab FC this season, if you talk about it, is the likes of Philip Marzalek on the midfields, the number 24, and it is the likes of their number 99, Luka Magjan. These are the two players who can create, and Luka Magjan and Mirzlik, these two are the players from Punjab FC. They can create those disturbances on the super subs, but it is the likes of Dylan Price, their manager, Punjab FC. Can they create those differences? What a win! I mean, how many goals are Mohun Bagan Super Giants going to score today? It is the win for the Sobhuj and Maroon. The votes have been pinned on the chat section. You can give your votes on the poll. It is who will win today, that Sobhuj and Maroon. It is the Punjab. It is a draw or it is a no way option for you. What is that in store for today's game? It is the national anthem which is going on onto the pitch. A moment of silence. The national anthem has been sung and the players are seen on the pitch making those moves. Big win incoming. What is that going to be? Who is that going to score? Are the Super Giants going to get those big thumping 5-0 wins? Can that happen today? Do write on the comment section. Do give your chats and yes, give your votes on the poll which has been pinned on the chat section. Whether the Super Giants, can they get those big wins? Can they get those 5 goals? Can they get those 3 goals? What it is going to be, because in the previous fixture it was Punjab scoring once and it was the likes of Mohun Bagan Super Giants getting those 3 goals. Big wins, guys. Big wins incoming at the Yuva Bharti Kirangan Stadium, the home. The fans as well as the supporters of the Mohun Bagan Super Giants have created that history this season for the longest tifo ever in the history of football. That is what the fans of Sobhuj and Maroon are. What this club has this legacy and they can get it big. But in the previous game, it was Punjab in this season, Punjab got that first goal. It was Shabong on the 12th minute, but later they were down to 10 men in the previous leg and they got those defeats. In the second half, it was Rodriguez scoring twice and McLaren also getting those penalties. It is that moment which is going to repeat again. Are the Punjab FC going to be down to 10 men? Or it is the one way long only for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants to get those wins? What is that going to be? The watch along for Mohun Bagan Super Giants and Punjab FC from the likes of Ramsay on the screen for all of you guys. Get it win big, boys. Get those win big. Just 1 minute left into it for that watch along. Yes, let's set the timer good. The timer is set. It is just 1 minute left for it to begin. 1 minute for this big clash ongoing. How is that going to happen? Still 1 minute left for this game to begin. But to talk about the Indian Super League table, Mohun Bagan Super Giants, they are to talk about ahead of Jamshedpur, who are at the second spot by 9 points. Oh my god, 22 is the goal difference. Stats, if you have a look of it in the Indian Super League, that is a big margin which the Mohun Bagan Super Giants are having. It is their way or the highway in the Indian Super League this season. 19 matches played by the Super Giants, 13 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, 36 goals scored, 14 conceded, and 22 goal difference. Oh my god, 43 points. That is a huge lead. Jamshedpur at the second spot, 34 points. And yes, in the previous match where Mohun Bagan Super Giants were facing, to talk about the likes of their fixtures, it was against Bangalore, but it was the media which was reporting that the Super Giants they are getting those advantages because it is the likes of East Bengal not FC not getting those wins. They are not causing those damages to the opponents as well as to that of Mohammedan Sporting Club not getting those big damages to the other clubs. Three of those elite teams in the Indian Super League this season. And apart from those two, it is only the Mohun Bagan Super Giants getting those big wins. At the second spot, it is Jamshedpur, 18 games, 11 wins, 2 short of the Super Giants, but 1 draw and 6 losses. That is what is concerning. 34 points, 9 points behind the Super Giants. FC Goa, 33 points at the third spot. It is 10 points difference. Huge lead. Northeast United were doing good in the first half of the season, but now they are trailing back 29 points. Huge difference, 14 points difference. Bangalore FC 28. Bangalore have succumbed in the second half of the season. That is was about the ISL table. We will have a look because the game has begun. And let us have the match which is going on to the watch. Yes, the match links as well as the TP links are there on the social media platforms which has been pinned on the chat section. The links are there in the video description as well. Get a stroll down there and have those big aspects. Yes, the lineups are too good. We just have shown the lineups. You can just scroll back and have a look at the lineups and the analysis of each players. It is the likes of Sahal in the midfield dribbling it. Biswas. It is Rodriguez passes that to Tangri. Tangri and Biswas staying on those lineups looking good. It is Subhashish Bose passes to Liston Colasso. Stewart. Stewart has the likes of Sahal. Sahal gets a touch from Colasso. Sahal outside the box. Will he pass that for Manvi or shot incoming? Both. That was a block. That was a block. Punjab are looking parking the bus on their own half. Punjab are looking parking the bus on their own half. They are not going for those attacks. It is only the likes of Gyokomis and Vidal staying high up. Punjab has got a bit different tactical approach. 3 centre backs, Noah Selig assist as well as Paramveer. It is the rumor which has been cropped that Paramveer, the young man from Punjab FC on their defense, is going to come at the Super Giants. But is that transfer the talk? Is Paramveer going to be coming to the Super Giants? The fans are already saying that Paramveer is that young player who needs to come to the Super Giants because fans are getting so much bored of watching these 2 centre backs. Not of the Indian origin. It is the Scottish as well as the Spanish on the centre backs for the Super Giants, but they want that Paramveer to come. It is that rumor which is being spread. Manveer Singh on the wings passes to Stewart. Stewart has got Ashish Rai on the right wings, crosses it for Liston Colasso. Oh my god. It was far off for Colasso to get a touch to it. Punjab are making those counters, but they are getting outnumbered. Punjab are getting outnumbered in those attacking aspects. Vishal Kath, Manuel Neuer for the Indian football passes that to Ashish Rai. But Ashish Rai has considered a throw out of it. Look at that playmaking from Stewart. Look at those passes which he made to Manveer Singh right at the pitch. It was nowhere near for Singh, on the left midfields from Punjab FC was there to recover it. But Ashish Rai, look at that cross, man. Look at that cross from Ashish Rai. Ashish Rai is making those passes look so lethal. Stewart is chasing for the ball. He is that man who is staying high up on the pitch with the likes of McLaren. In this game, Stewart is making those runs, but he is bit lazy on the pitch at times. He doesn't make those runs. It is those tactical positions as well as those passes which the likes of Stewart believes to have on the pitch. Jose Molina, is he looking worried? Is it the face of Jose Molina looking worried? And what is in store for Dylan Perez? And Gautis, Dylan Perez, what is in store for him in this game? Can he cause those upsets with the Super Giants? Or it is all the way or the highway for the Mohun Bagan, the Subuj and Maroon? But Punjab FC on their defensive aspects are staying deep with those three centre backs. Punjab on their defensive aspects are staying deep with those three centre backs. Punjab are staying deep with those three centre backs on the pitch consistently. That is a throw from Punjab. That is a block from Dipendu Biswas. Look at that defensive tackle from Dipendu Biswas. This young kid is doing those big things happening. Look at that tackle from Dipendu Biswas. He was so good on that tackle. That is what is needed, boy. Look at that tackle from Dipendu Biswas on the pitch. That is the young gun, and those types of tackles are needed. You have to hold that player good enough not to give him those spaces to get those dribble past or those nutmegs around you. Punjab is trying for those long passes. That is a long shot taken bad by Kumar. Stewart into the box, tries to make some midfield hole passes. It was for Sahal, but no, Sahal was a bit late on it. Tangri getting those interceptions. Back to Stewart. Manveer Singh. Back passes to Ashish Rai. Rai for Biswas or Rodriguez. Bose going for Colasso. Yes, that through ball is perfect. Colasso has made that run. He is inside the box. I mean, that is some sort of corner. Will that be a corner for the Super Giants or is that a goal kick? What is being awarded? Look at that pass from Subhashish Bose. What a lofted through ball. That was to the left wings. Liston Colasso made that run so good. And look at that back heel touch from Colasso. Look at that back heel touch from Liston Colasso, which has just ended. Yes, that is a corner. Liston Colasso in just 6 minutes has won a corner. Both Colasso and Stewart. Who is going to take that corner? It is Stewart going to take those crosses. Rodriguez inside the box. Will he get those headers? But Kumar gets the safe touch and the ball is safe in his hand. I mean, what is this going on? The Super Giants players, Liston Colasso getting those back heels. Now it was Manveer Singh on those corners being taken, just gets that back heel again. Stewart to McLaren. McLaren, will he get into the box? No, that is a block from Assisi. Punjab are now looking bit frustrated of their position on the pitch. They are looking now in just 7 minutes. Punjab are looking just narrowing down on their nerves. Punjab is looking narrowing down on their nerves. Manveer Singh has the position. Look at those towards right. Ashish Rai, a shoulder tackle that was good enough to get the position. Ashish Rai inside the box. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Ashish Rai is showing his dribbling skills. Ashish Rai is showing his dribbling skills. Long pass from Punjab, but safe for. Oh my God, look at those dribbles. Rodriguez is making those dribbles on the centre backs. Mohun Bagan are now looking just manhandling Punjab FC on the pitch. Mohun Bagan are now looking manhandling Punjab FC on the pitch. Biswas to Rodriguez. Bose interception from Punjab from the likes of Giacomakis. Liston Colasso getting those deflection good. Possession back to the Super Giants. Back passes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has Biswas. Ashish Rai build up looking again. Sahar dropping down. Crosses the flanks to Bose. Bose is passing that to Rodriguez. Suddenly, after those 5 minutes, Punjab are now looking nowhere tactically on the pitch and they are just not having the possession of the ball. They are being manhandled. Punjab FC are being manhandled and the long time possession hold by the Super Giants in this game. Is that going to be critical? Is that going to be taking the nerves of the Punjab FC players? Vishal Kath passes that to Tangri. Tangri on the mid pitch changes the wings to Colasso on the left. Colasso not getting that first touch good, just loses away that position. That is Tangri with that tackle. He has won that for Stewart. Stewart, will he go for those shots? Yes. Oh my God. Stewart takes that shot, but Kumar gets that touch to it safe. Look at that. In just 9 minutes, 30 seconds of the watch, it was that tackle from Tangri, box to box movement. Stewart was there. He went for those first shots. It was a block, but he was having the likes of McLaren on his right. But he insisted of going for those shots. A corner being taken by Colasso. But interception that is from Punjab. Sahal dropping down, back passes for Vishal Kath. Look at that positioning from Vishal Kath. He is just halfway down the pitch. Vishal Kath is now staying halfway down the pitch. This game is going either the Mohun Bagan Super Giants way or the highway. Tangri tries a left footer for Colasso on the left wings, but that is a missed pass. That pass wasn't that good enough to reach Colasso. Punjab are now getting the possession and trying to make some build-ups. It is Paramveer. That man we are talking about. Is Paramveer going to be on the pitch of Mohun Bagan Super Giants the next season? That is what the rumor mill is happening in the transfer market for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Will that be the thing happening or not? And yes, those of you who are watching this, do give your votes on the poll which has been pinned on the chat section. Who's Maroon getting those big wins? It is Punjab getting those upsets, or it is a draw which is coming on. Give your votes on the poll section. Ashish Rai, Tangri. First touch from Tangri wasn't that good. Punjab on their defensive aspect trying to make some passes, but every time on the pitch they are looking for those lofted aerial passes. From the midfield they are not trying to create any spaces, but it is not happening if it is the likes of their right midfields Lungdim as well as their left midfields Singh going to play. I mean, this tactical approach from the likes of Dylan Paris, is that going to work? Because in the Indian Super League, if you are expecting your left midfields as well as your right midfields to go and make those runs on the flanks, how is you going to get those good on the defensive aspects? Because it is the Super Giants with the likes of their 4 players getting onto those attacks, and whereas the likes of Punjab are staying with those 3 centre backs. Tactical mishappenings from Panagotes, Dylan Paris. Liston Colasso taking those free kicks. He was trying to defend. I mean, he was trying to just cut past that wall. And that player from Punjab FC getting those shots. Look at that. It was a CC. Yes. It was a CC. Number 14. Melroy Assisi gets those shots and he is down to the pitch. Look at those boomerang shots from Liston Colasso. What a free kick that was being taken. Vasish Bose getting the ball from the referee on pitch. Back passes that to Rodriguez. This pass. Ashish Rai. going for those mid flanks. It was for McLaren, but no. Paramveer is that man on the defensive aspects. He is doing good. Paramveer from the Punjab FC is doing good. Sahal on the edge of the box. Will he get in? No. Back passes that to Bose. Bose now goes for Colasso. Colasso getting those aerial crosses. I mean, in this game, up to those 13 minutes, the Super Giants are not trying to get those wing moments. Rather, most of the times it is Colasso from Stewart, but a block again from Paramveer. Paramveer is that man, and Rai from Punjab FC, both of them are doing good. I mean, at least they are getting those defensive anchor positions at the right spot. It is saying, giving that to Vidal, Chabong. Punjab are now having their possession, trying to make some build up. I mean, out of nowhere, it was in the previous leg, in the 12th minute, it was Chabong getting those goals. But now it is 14 minutes on this second leg of this season, Punjab FC and Mohun Bagan Super Giants. But Punjab are not making any those movements on the pitch. The previous leg, Punjab got those first goals in 12 minutes. Later, it was a comeback from Rodriguez and the likes of McLaren getting those penalties. 3-1 was the scoreline in the previous leg. What is that going to be in this second leg? Ashish Rai winning those tackles. Tangri, Sahal is making those passes, and he is staying bit down on their defensive aspect. Tangri making those box-to-box movements. Washish back passes to Rodriguez again. Ashish Rai is staying bit high on the pitch at times. Back passes to Biswas. Rodriguez again. That is what Punjab can be lethal. I mean, the likes of Subhashish Bose and Ashish Rai, they can't afford to move bit high on the pitch. It is either of their sweeper backs, I mean, or the left backs or the right backs, one of them have to stay down on this pitch, because that is what the tactical approach which Penagotis Delamperis from Punjab has just instructed his players with this formation to come up. Sahal getting those half of those 360 turn, but finally denied. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Look at that. It is those tactical presses which Dylan Perez will try to get Mohun Bagan Super Giants outnumbered in their own half. Liston Colasso 1-on-1 against Kumar. Oh my God. That is a tackle to Kumar. Liston Colasso. That was some sort of golden opportunity for him. Look at those passes from Stewart. It was right on the pitch. Header from McLaren. But that pass was bit few inches to be precise. But Liston Colasso, I don't think he was that fast even. That is a good save. That is a good save from Kumar, the goalkeeper from Punjab FC. Kumar has made a good save out of it. Both SEC, their centre backs, number 14, and Kumar, their goalkeeper, are down to the pitch. What? It is Punjab going to make those substitutions? Kumar is down with injuries? What is that happening? What is that happening? I mean, are the Punjab FC players trying to get any sort of cards for Liston Colasso with those tackles? Is it that new thing cropping up? Because Punjab FC on their sidelines, it is seen that their goalkeeper Mohit Shabir is just getting ready on the sidelines. But no, Kumar is back on his legs. Kumar is back on his legs. No worries. Kumar stays on the pitch. No substitutions for that goalkeeping position. Subhashish Bose That throw for Stewart back to Bose, but Stewart making those crosses just out of the pitch. I mean, do you guys think that Kumar is having some sort of injuries with those tackles? I don't think so. Is Kumar having those injuries? I don't think so that Kumar is having those injuries on this. That is not happening. That is not happening. 19 minutes of the watch time. Ball back to Vishal Kath by Ashish Rai. Ashish Rai trying to get those deflections. That is lethal. Ashish Rai trying to get those defensive dribblings. That is lethal. That is what the young mind which creates those mistakes. That is that young mind, Ashish Rai, with those aggressiveness, it does commit some of those mistakes that is not required. That is Aldred. He is not on the sidelines even looking for some sort of injuries, not in the first time squad. Either that is a suspension or some injuries for him. Stewart losing that position. Pradhan making those passes for Punjab. It is Lungdeen passes that to Vidal. Vidal is that man. He is lethal. He gets those left footer, but a block that is from Biswas. Colasso passes to Sahal. Stewart on the left wings. No, that is not happening from Stewart. Stewart is not that man. You can expect him to make those runs. He is for those passes to be made. But look at that number 12, Lungdim on the pitch. He is not looking to the best of his form. But the positioning of Vidal, that number 10, he is at times looking, making those spaces being created on those attacking aspects. Punjab trying to get those shots inside the box, back to back, but block. I mean, on the defensive aspects, Super Giants are looking rigid and rock solid. Vishal Kath passes that to Ashish Rai. Biswas. Biswas is having the position. Goes forward, mid pitch. Stewart to Sahal, but Sahal this time couldn't get those nutmegs. It is the likes of their Rai who is getting those challenges. Punjab is having their defensive midfield Rai on the pitch. McLaren one-on-one tackle. It was a CC. McLaren wins that. The referee blows the whistle. That is again a free kick coming in favor of the Super Giants. Get those headers, boys. 22 minutes on the watch. Get those headers. They were going to take those free kicks. Look at those Nike boots. Predator boots. That is for Alex Stewart, Greg Stewart. Rodriguez seen making those header claims for Stewart. Will Stewart go for Rodriguez? Stewart gets that cross, goes Subhashish Bose, gets a header. Ball is inside the box, but Punjab gets those interception good. Sahal back passes that to Vishal Kath. Giants are looking, tracking back to their own formation. Tangri gives that for Stewart. Stewart on the left midfield, creating those spaces. Passes to Bose, Ashish Rai, Biswas, Rodriguez again. Rodriguez goes for Bose. Stewart again doing those creativity time and again. Back passes to Tangri. Tangri goes for Bose. Rodriguez, and now Punjab are now looking deep in their defensive aspect. Punjab are now parking the bus on their own defensive aspect. Biswas goes for Rai. What a pass! That is from Biswas. It is for the likes of Sahal, but Rai overlaps that position. It was for Rai to make those wing movements, but Ashish Rai tries to just cut in. Overlapping positions from the likes of Sahal and Ashish Rai on the pitch. Punjab has won that position back. Kumar, their goalkeeper, taking those left footers. But again, they are going for those long balls. They are not trying to make any sort of creativity on the pitch. Manveer Singh getting those tackles. Sahal winning those interceptions. Sahal again, one on one. Sahal is looking, he is staying bit single handedly on the pitch. It is Stewart on the other aspect, making those creativity single-handedly, but the assist of both Stewart and Sahal, they are not looking for those creativity altogether. McLaren, on the other hand, is staying at those right positions. He is not playing those goal poacher moments. McLaren is not playing those goal poacher moments. Tangri getting those interceptions. Punjab is not making anything happen on the pitch. Just on their defensive aspect, they are not relying on any type of good tactical aspects. What has Dylan Perez to be shown in this game? That is also the aspect will be. Dylan Perez is looking frustrated on the sidelines. He is shouting at his players. Dylan Perez, Panagiotis Dylan Perez, the manager for Punjab, is looking frustrated on the pitch, shouting at his players. He wants something big. He wants his players to move high up on the pitch. Yes, that is what he just says. Look at that. Punjab are now inside the box, getting those crosses. It is a long pass for McLaren. McLaren makes that run, but Paramveer is that man. Paramveer is that man on the centre backs. He is doing those good anchor centre back positions, so good at his position. Punjab again going for those crosses inside the box. Mohun Bagan Super Giants looking rigid so much on their defensive aspects. They are looking rock solid. These Super Giants on their defensive aspect are not allowing a single ball to come inside the box. Not allowing a single pass to just cut into their defensive aspect. But not a shot being taken. Not a shot being taken in 27 minutes of the gameplay. In the 27 minutes of the gameplay, it is the likes of only 3 shots, 1 on target by Mohun Bagan Super Giants, whereas Punjab FC has got a one big chance and they have missed it. It is likes of Manveer Singh. He is moving on high on the pitch inside the box. That is a tackle. Will that be a penalty counting on coming in for the Super Giants? Will that be a penalty counting on? Look at that pass being made for Manveer Singh. Manveer Singh made those runs good, but he couldn't just get the hold of the ball. Whereas it was the likes of Singh from Punjab making those runs. The number 27 on the pitch, he made those runs so good. But that tackle was made inside the box. Will that be accountable for any sort of penalties? Liston Golasso down to the pitch. That is Nova Swalek, their centre back, getting those tackles against Golasso. Colasso is down to the pitch. What has happened? Single man army. Listen, Colasso, what has happened to you, guy? Oh my god, Liston Colasso has been hit on his back by Novoselic, the number 33 from Punjab, their centre back. The round glass Punjab with their centre back Novoselic just hits Liston Colasso on his back. Colasso back on his feet. The position being given to Punjab. But that player, Paramveer, look at him on the centre backs. He is really doing good. Paramveer, that player from Punjab, he is man marking McLaren so good. Showdown tries to make those passes. Look at those moments. Pulga Vidal, that number 10 from Punjab FC, he is making those countable runs as well as he is making those paces at times, but he is not getting those assists from the likes of Giacomenes. It is the drinks break, 30 minutes on the watch. The first drinks break, the tradition which is being maintained in the Indian Super League after those COVID pandemic. It is those drinks break on the pitch. What is that going to happen? Because looking at the formation aspects, just have a good watch of it. I mean, Liston Colasso staying a bit deep at times. He is making those runs. Tangri on the box-to-box movements. At times, he is getting those interceptions. Sahal, on the other hand, is not moving high up on the pitch. Rather, both Sahal and Stewart, both of them are trying to get those passes from those wide angles and make those passes happen. Whereas McLaren is the sole man who is staying on those forward aspects. It is for Colasso and Singh. I mean, if on the attack, which the Super Giants, with the tactics of Molina trying to make, will have to get Colasso or Manveer Singh bit high on the pitch. But Molina, on his defensive approach this season, has been seen much of the times, and this approach from Molina is really praiseworthy because, I mean, 9 points ahead of that second team in the Indian Super League, Mohun Bagan Super Giants. What is the need of going for those wide attacks always when you are having those leads? Instead, go for those defensive approaches, which Molina is taking to at times. I mean, in the second half of the season, and with those bit change in those formations, he goes for those attacks, especially on those substitutions. That is what the aspect is. Whereas from the Punjab FC, Lungdin is making those runs and he is man marking Colasso well. Both Noah Salek and Lungdin from Punjab are getting not allowing those spaces for Colasso to happen. Whereas this man, Paramveer, and this left wing, Singh, both of them are doing so good. Punjab on their defensive aspect has been doing so good. It is the drink spec which is over 32 minutes on the watch. The first drinks break of the first half is up. The game has resumed. The ball back passes to Kumar. Again, Punjab FC are not getting those build-ups. Every time they are getting that ball, they are looking to make some sort of long passes. It is the creativity of McLaren. He is inside the box. Will he take that shot? That is a tackle inside the box to McLaren. Oh my God, the referee pays no heed to it. It was Lung Jim making those tackles to McLaren. McLaren inside the box was tackled. He was down to the pitch. Look at that. McLaren made that run, but it was from the attacking aspects. No one was there alongside McLaren to make those passes happening. It was solely dependent on McLaren to get those nutmegs. But a challenge that is from Lungdim on the pitch and inside the box, but the referee doesn't pace that tackle good enough to be awarded a penalty. Stewart moving in. Sahal, yes, Super Giants are getting outnumbered, getting the Punjab FC outnumbered in their box. McLaren not getting those touch inside the box so good. SCC again. A throw being taken so quickly. Stewart, no, he has got Sahal. To talk about Sahal and Stewart, they are making those passes count, but they are not getting those big chances converted, whereas the opportunities are seen on the pitch where they could have made those chances count in their goals. Again, Sahal getting those interceptions. Sahal is down to the pitch. Oh my god, Sahal is looking down with some injuries. He has a fall. Sahal has a fall down to the pitch. It is Stewart dropping down, but Sahal still not yet. Sahal still not yet back on his legs. He is looking a bit injured. Is Sahal the man injured? Sahal is not looking to the best of his form. Can Punjab take this advantage? Because Super Giants are looking not available with the likes of Sahal. Sahal is down to the pitch. Sahal is down to the pitch, guys. Can Sahal make those chances count? That is the aspect which we'll be having the watch of. Look at that fall from Sahal. Look at that fall which Sahal got. I mean, that was just a bad fall and he just slips it. Is there a substitution worry for Molina? Is there a substitution worry for Molina to be made? On the other hand, from the sidelines, Punjab FC with those, 5-3-2 formation with the likes of Dylan Perez, he is looking bit worried. He wants his players to bit tactically change in their aspect. Punjab has got that throw. It is 36 minutes inside the box. It is Vidal trying to get his left foot crosses. Manveer Singh and Ashish Rai denying him. That is Ashish Rai, hot-blooded Ashish Rai on the pitch making those tackles. It was the last time where Punjab FC were down to 10 men. Look at those tackles from Vidal as well. Vidal is trying to instigate Ashish Rai with those pushes being made. Vidal is that player number 10 from Punjab FC. He is bit experienced and he creates those opportunities. He has got those assists as well as those goals. Manveer Singh being agitated by the likes of Pradhan number 23. Manveer Singh on the pitch being agitated. What was that from Manveer Singh? Look at that hit from Pradhan. Look at that hit from Pradhan on the pitch. Punjab with the likes of Pradhan as well as with the likes of Vidal, they are trying to get those challenges made. It is those instigating moments, but Sahal is down on the pitch. Sahal is down on the pitch. It is for Molina to make those changes. Sahal is down on the pitch. Yes, it is in need of fresh legs. In just 38 minutes of the first half, it is Sahal, Abdul Sahal getting those slip on the pitch. That is the lack of a bit warm up. That is the lack of a good warm up before the game starts. It is Sahal now just moving out of the pitch. Suryavanshi, the player coming on. It is Abhishek Suryavanshi coming onto the pitch. Molina bringing in those reinforcements because Sahal is injured. Sahal is injured. Will that be a worry for Marina this season? Sahal is injured. To talk about Sahal, at times he gets those injuries. That is a bit critical for him. Apart from that, he is a very talented player, such a marvel in the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, but he get those injuries at times. Sahal is a bit injury prone. You can just have a word on it. Rai from Punjab trying to change the wings to Lungdim on the right wings. But Punjab is looking tired of making those crosses because it is the fool's choice where you go to make those same thing happen again and again by trying those same steps. You have to change the approach. Punjab are looking just making those crosses happen and trying to evade those tall, rigid center backs of the Super Giants. It is not happening, and that is what they are not getting those shots on target. It is Stewart to Colasso inside the box. Colasso gets a 360 turn out of it, but denied. Punjab on their defensive aspect are a bit rigid. Stewart passes that to Bose. Both Bose and Rai are high up on the pitch. Rai single-handedly trying to cut in. He is playing those extra frontman position at times. Paramveer, look at that centre back Paramveer. His left footer shots are taken so good. Abhishek Suryavanshi getting those interceptions back to Rodriguez, Bose, Tangri back to Bose, Rodriguez again. Biswas has got Rai, back passes to Biswas, Dipendu Biswas to talk about that play on the pitch. Time and again with those tackles, he has been seen making his moves into the first lineup because of the absence of some of the elite center backs or the left backs or the right backs, and he has been so versatile. That young player, Dipendu Biswas, he has just shown that he can play on those left center backs, he can play on those anchor center backs, he can play on those goal scoring center back opportunities, the goal scoring defender striker moments. He has been playing on those right backs as well. This young talent, Dipendu Biswas, has been a very big find for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants for the upcoming seasons. But Liston Colasso is not having that good moment on the pitch. Liston Colasso, from his aspects against the likes of Nova Soalek and Lungdim, Liston Colasso is not making those approaches clinical, but he is that man who can single-handedly change any game on the pitch. Whereas the likes of Vidal from Punjab, at times he is looking bit lethal against Ashish Rai. It is the likes of Biswas finally getting those interceptions. Vidal is that man. From the centre back aspects, Biswas, Dipendu Biswas, and Rodriguez are the man creating those blocks against him. But from the aspects of Ashish Rai, Vidal is trying to get those spaces when Ashish Rai is moving high up on the pitch. But it is the lack of Punjab FC midfield where they are not getting those passes good enough to be made for Vidal to happen. The involvement of Shabong and Giacomakis, they are not finding those spaces along with Vidal high up on the pitch. That is what is lacking from Punjab. Apart from that, Punjab on their defensive aspects doing their best. That is a ball, free kick being taken so fast. That was for Subhashish Bose inside the box, but Bose not getting that first touch good to it, and that turn from him Was a block. It is again Paramveer. Look at those centre back movements. Paramveer getting those tackles good enough. Reward, that is a missed pass. Interception from Tangri to Suryavanshi, but that ball is out for a throw. That ball is out for a throw. 43 minutes, 37 seconds onto the watch. Who is that team who is going to take that first half lead, or it is going to end in a draw? What is that going to happen? Ashish Rai looking a bit frustrated with the approach of Vidal from his aspect. Manveer Singh, what a clearance that is from Manveer Singh. Oh my god, what is Manveer Singh trying to do? The ball is off for a goal kick. What was that from Manveer Singh? Manveer Singh is looking a bit frustrated on the pitch. What sort of clearance that was? What was Manveer Singh trying to do with those clearances which were not at all looking good? The ball was going down to the defensive aspect of the Mohun Bagan Super Giants itself. Why Manveer Singh went for those tackles? My goodness. Show your characters, boys. It is the time to show your characters. Don't get your nerves take on that heat. Viswas, Rai, Punjab in the first half are now making those wide runs, and they are man marking Mohun Bagan Super Giants players especially after those drinks break. There has been some input from Dylan Paris to get their numbers counting. After those drinks break, Punjab FC are looking decent in their build-up. But it is the lack of their crosses which is not coming in from Guarcamakis, Shabong and Vidal on the attack. Whereas their passes, it is getting just blocked by the supergiant defensive midfields of Tangri and Sahal. And after the departure of Sahal, it is Abhishek. That is a bad pass. Listen, Colasso trying for that shot. But what a grounded shot from Colasso. Oh my God. Liston Colasso got that cheap interception back to his position from Punjab FC. He got those PD runs. But look at that. McLaren wasn't looking that. It is 45 minutes up in the first half, 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes of added time. That is a bad tackle from Novosale. Give him that card. Yes, it is definitely the need of the hour. The yellow card being showed because Liston Colasso was time and again getting those bad tackles from Novosalic. That is what it was worth. Novosalic has been doing his job good, but this time it cost him a yellow card for that booking. Tangri, reward, free kick being taken. Reward passes that to Rodriguez. Lasso, Bose, Rodriguez again. Back to Dipendu Biswas. Rai goes for McLaren, but that ball was nowhere near it. I'm going to talk about Ashish Rai, best of his performance, but in this game, he is a bit lagging at times. I mean, those clinical aspects which you would demand. But that is a game of football where the form of the players is definitely going to count. And that is what is happening. Swajish Bose, back passes, Vishal Kath, Viswas. Viswas got some sort of interceptions from Vidal. Not happening. This first half is looking like a stalemate for both the teams because it is 48 minutes on the watch, and I think this first half will end in a draw. This first half will end in a draw. Ashish Rai has got Manveer Singh. Manveer Singh moving into the mid pitch. Bose passes that for Stewart. Manveer Singh moving high up. Passes to Bose. Back to Manveer saying, will the referee blow the whistle? Yes. I think the first half, yes, the first half whistle has been blown, and here comes the end of the first half between the ISL Super Giant Mohun Bagan Super Giants against the likes of Punjab FC. I mean, Super Giants at the top of the table in this first half. I mean, Liston Colasso is being man-marked by Lungdim as well as the likes of Novoselic. Many fans will be just complaining that the Super Giants are not moving high up on the pitch. Yes, this is the tactical approach which Molina is definitely making it. We will be coming on for the second half with after a just 1 minute break of the tactical approach, which is Molina's men missing in those attacks, whereas the likes of Dimar Perez, his defensive skills showing bright because Punjab FC down on their defensive half, looking for those blocks happening time and again, not allowing those attackers from the Super Giants to come up big. What is that happening? The first half analysis, we will come up big after just a 1 minute of short break. Do stay tuned with guys. And yes, there is also the vote section which has been pinned, that whether it is the Sobuj and Maroon who are going to get those wins, it is the Punjab FC who are getting those upset wins, or it is that draw which is coming on, or it is that don't know aspect from the poll session. The votes have been pinned. You can cast your vote over there, as well as those cheeky piggy links on the social media platforms. The links are given in the video as well as in the channel description. Do stay tuned, guys. We will be just back in 1 minute with those tactical approaches by the managers which is happening. Just have a look of it, and we will be right back within 1 minute. Do stay tuned, guys. I will be just back in 1 minute. We will have that tactical approach analysis of this game. How is that going to happen? The Super Giants haven't scored so far in the first half, and can they get that goal in the second half? Whether that is going to be coming or not, it is the aspect which the Mohun Bagan Supergiant fans will be worried of. I mean, to talk about this game, the Mohun Bagan Supergiant fans will be really worried of that whether the Supergiants are going to get that goal in coming round. Here comes the analysis, and this is Ramsay back on the stream. Let us get the aspects got. Look at that first shot. It was in the 10th minute. Stewart getting those out of the box approaches. To be precise, that was a good block. On the 10th minute, again, it was Stewart inside the box, but on the edge of it, that was again a save from Kumar. On the 13th minute, Leston Colasso goes for those wide rangers. That was a free kick, trying to get those defensive walls of Punjab, getting those cut edges, but denied. Ashish Rai, I mean, that was Rai from Punjab getting those shots. It was a block again. Stewart on the 34th minute. That was nowhere, but Stewart has been seen making those passes count. On the 39th minute, Pradhan again from the Punjab got that block. Shabong is that man who can create those damages. He went for those shots, but it was nowhere near the target. 46 minutes, Liston Colasso getting that big opportunity, I would say, but it was a miss. Alex Stewart has also got few big opportunities this game. I mean, big chances. If you talk about, Stewart could have converted some of the chances into those big opportunities. A total of 5 shots taken by the Super Giants at home, whereas Punjab has got 3 total shots. Out of the 5 shots being taken by the men in green, 58% possession with them and 42% with the men in orange, Punjab. 2 shots on target by the Super Giants, whereas none on target by the Punjab. Whereas passes from Super Giants have been most on their defensive half rather than the fouls committed by Punjab. They are getting a bit lethal. In the previous leg, it was Punjab who got those red cards, and they were down to 10 men. After that, it was all the way for the Super Giants, but Punjab had scored in the previous leg. But this leg, in the first half, none of the teams have scored. But what is deficit in the first half is the lack of Sahal after those injuries, because Sahal got some sort of fall with those slippery movements on the pitch, and after that it was the likes of Abhishek Suryavanshi coming onto the pitch. After that, those passes had dropped, counting in for the Super Giants. Some tactical approach which Molina has made, because he brought in Suryavanshi. That is what is the defensive approach which Molina is sticking to in the first half. Whereas the likes of, I mean, the passes which has been made, look at this. This will clear the fact very well on it. It is their own half where the Super Giants are making most of their passes. They haven't been that creative. Was only the likes of Stewart and Sahal who were making those first half passes onto their opposition half to be counted. But after the departure of Sahal, those passes stopped. And yes, some of their interceptions from Tangri was also on the count. But after the departure of Sahal, that is lacking on the mid pitch from the Super Giants. But apart from that, Super Giants are staying with Colasso and Manveer deep down to their own half. It is the likes of McLaren to get some creativity onto the pitch. Whether it is Stewart who is getting those, what is that going to be coming on to the second half? Do we need any substitution or not from both the teams? Because if we talk about the lineup from here, just have a look at it. It is Colasso who is being overpowered by the likes of Lungdim as well as No Salek on the pitch. Both of them. Pradhan is doing a decent job from Punjab. Rai on his box-to-box movements on the pitch, but with the likes of Shabong and Gokomakis as well as Vidal not looking good. Whereas Paramveer, that centre back, he hasn't got those big touches on this pitch. but he is staying on those perfect positions. Paramveer is that man, whereas Assisi is that man where McLaren has to press high. Novoselec, he is strong and he is not allowing those spaces for Colasso to make those runs, as well as Lungdim has got those pace. It is Colasso who is just getting overpowered because Subhashish Bose is not making those overlap runs on the left wings. It is because Molina must have asked his players to stay bit deep on their defensive aspects. So Colasso one-on-one against Lungdim and Novoselec, that is something which you have to expect some sort of marble coming on from Colasso to happen. But SEC is that man where McLaren has to press consistently because that will just ask Pradhan or Rai to drop down to make those assists for Assisi in that position where McLaren can make those moves. And Stewart, on the other hand, with the likes of Manveer Singh, just getting those Paramveer and Assisi outnumbered in their own box. Stewart, McLaren with the likes of Colasso and Singh has to come in. It was Sahal who was making those deep hole runs, whole player movements, making on into the pitch. But after his departure, it is Abhishek Suryavanshi who is staying close with Tangri on those defensive aspects. So Punjab FC having their defensive centre back lineups of 5 on the pitch with the likes of their anchor midfield Pradhan as well, and Rai as well. They are not allowing those spaces well enough. Whereas on the other hand, Punjab are every time getting the position with the likes of their Kumar on the pitch, their goalkeeper, or it is Paramveer or it is Novoselec. They are going for those vast wing movements. They are not changing those flanks. Novoselec, every time he is getting the ball on the pitch, he is passing that to Lungdim or he is going for Giacomakis or it is Shabong. Whereas the likes of Paramveer and Singh from Punjab on their left part of the pitch are going for the likes of Shabong or Vidal. Vidal is that man who is trying to get those spaces when Ashish Rai is seen moving high on the pitch at times. Vidal is trying to create some opportunities from the left flanks, but Dipendu Biswas, the centre back of the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, is not allowing any spaces for Vidal. He is that man solely responsible, both Biswas and Rodriguez, not getting those spaces for Shabong and Vidal, whereas Subhashish Bose and Rodriguez not giving those spaces for Gyukamekes as well. It is Punjab FC who is getting their forwards outnumbered on the defensive aspect of Mohun Bagan Super Giants. And from the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, it is their attackers, the likes of McLaren, Stewart, sometimes Colasso and Singh moving high up on the pitch, are getting outnumbered with their 5 centre backs with 1 defensive midfield. That is a stalemate game for both the teams in the first half yet now. And worries, injury concerns for Molina in this game because Sahal is down to the sidelines. He has been substituted. He has got those injuries. Hope Sahal doesn't get those big injuries upcoming because he is at times bit injury prone. But apart from that, he is definitely a big talented player and he will come up big. It is for McLaren to make some press against Assisi, get some runs inside the box. That is what McLaren has to make. That is what McLaren has to make. And Stewart getting those passes will have to be a bit clinical and he has to get those big chances coming on. Here comes the second half. The second half at the Yuva Bharti Kirangan Stadium has just begun. Mohun Bagan Super Giants and Punjab FC. Just now we had the analysis of the first half. How is Molina's man going to perform against the likes of Dilem Paris? It was the previous leg. Punjab FC were down to 10 men and were defeated by 3-1 the scoreline. But it was Punjab in the first leg scoring on their 12th minute with the likes of Shabong. But in this leg, none of the goals have been scored. In the previous leg, it was the likes of Rodriguez scoring twice, and it was 1 penalty being awarded to McLaren. Those were those moments of the first leg. What is that upcoming in the second half? Because it has just begun, and to talk about these substitutions, it is that sole substitution from Molina against the likes of Sahal on the pitch, Abhishek Suryavanshi. Apart from that, both the teams have stuck to their first lineup. No substitutions being made. What is that going to be upcoming? Super Giants has that position. Manveer Singh from the right wings cutting into the midfield. Back passes to Tangri. Look at that. Look at that. Bit tactical change. Subhashish Bose staying on those centre backs. It is the likes of Rodriguez moving to the right part of the centre backs. Dipendu Biswas have moved to the right centre back positions. Oh my god, oh my god. Tactical change that is. That is a tactical change. That is a substitution being made. Oh my god. Ashik Kurnian has been called onto the pitch. Ashik Kurnian has been called onto the pitch. What has just happened? It is that substitution which Molina has made. It is Ashik Kurnian coming onto the pitch. Ashish Rai has been sacrificed. Yes. Dipendu Vishwas has moved to the right centre backs. It is Ashik Kurnian who has come to the left backs. Mohun Bagan are now getting those elite centre backs. They have dropped in Ashish Rai and brought in Ashik Kurnian. Ashik Kurnian staying on those left backs with the likes of Tangri, bringing in more attacks from the left part of the pitch, because it was the likes of Colasso who was suffering against Lungdim and Nosalek, whereas Subhashish Bose has been compromised to the centre backs, and Kurnian is that player who is staying. That man is very talented. To talk about this man on the pitch, Ashik Kurnian replacing Ashish Rai. Dipendu Biswas moving to the right part of the centre backs. He was performing well against Novasolek and Lungdim single-handedly. It was Ashish Rai losing some sort of patience as well as his nerves on the pitch. Ashish Rai has been sacrificed. It is those four centre backs, the likes of Subhashish Bose, Rodriguez, Dipendu Biswas, and Ashik Kurnian staying down. So yes, Liston Colasso will definitely get few assists as well as those few tackles won, with the likes of Kurnian staying on those defensive aspects. It is those 4-4-2 which the Super Giants are still sticking on in the second leg as well. Worries seen incoming for the Punjab, because Ashik Kurnian is that talented player. He will be seen making those moves on the left wings. Biswas passes that to Rodriguez. Manveer Singh has that one tackle with a dribble. Oh my god. Punjab are looking, making those defensive approaches a bit high on the pitch. It is Manveer Singh getting his hand against Abhimeti Singh, the number 27 from Punjab. Liston Colasso and Manveer are staying down to their own defensive half. Look at that. Liston Colasso and Manveer are staying down on their defensive aspect. Colina in this game is also going for those. In this second half as well, he is going for those defensive approaches. He is sticking to those win-win situation, not allowing any changes from Punjab FC to be made, because he knows that Punjab FC has got these substitutions of Marzalik as well as the likes of McJahan. Both of these players are so good coming on for the substitutions for the Punjab FC in the second half. Will that be a big bait? Will that be a big bait for Molina to be seen? Will that be a, oh my god, Dipendu Biswas gets that clearance so good. That was a tackle one. And look at that clearances from Dipendu Biswas. But at the cost of a corner being conceded. It is the likes of Vidal. He is that instigating player from Punjab, the number 10 on the pitch. He can create those disturbances. Vidal with that corner being taken with his left footer. That is not the curl Vidal got. The ball getting those interceptions from Manveer Singh. Manveer Singh is that pivotal header blocker staying on. Vidal again with that cross. This time Rodriguez gets those deflection. Oh my god, look at that from Abhimeti Singh from Punjab getting those wide shots being taken. He is that player on the pitch. Yes, this is the time the sidelines are getting warmed up. McGen as well as the likes of Marjalik, both of these two players from Punjab are going to come to the second half, these super subs, which Dylan Perez will try to make on this pitch. Suryavanshi getting those blocks. Manveer Singh. Suryavanshi again, back passes to Bose. Bose gets those touch good. Tangri. Ashik Kurnian has those physical capabilities on the pitch. That is what Ashik Kurnian is definitely worth of. That is what Ashik Kurnian is definitely worth of. I mean, that left part of the pitch which Ashik Kurnian covers with his speed, with his defensive awareness, with his offensive aspects. Ashik Kurnian is a marvel on the pitch. He has got those dribbles, he has got those sticky movements, the ball sticking to his feet always. But what he lacks is that he doesn't have those clearances. He insists on making those creative movements always. Ashik Kurnian is that player who never goes for those clearances. That is from the defensive aspect is bit critical from Molina's side. Apart from that, he is a marvel of a player. Ashik Kurnian is a big marvel on the pitch. Vidal is looking, trying, making those changes. He is moving on to the sides of Ashik Kurnian because it is the likes of Rodriguez and Dipendu Biswas staying on the right part of the centre back, not giving those spaces. Abhimeti Singh one-on-one against Manveer Singh, passes that to Vidal. That is good. Back to Abhimeti. Abhimeti has got that pass count. It is for Vidal inside the box. That is the goal, but it heads the woodwork. Oh my god. Punjab FC were just about to score, and that is Giacomakis, that player, the number 20. It was a golden opportunity from Punjab. Abhimeti Singh making those passes good. Look at that. That is a big miss. That is a big miss from Punjab. That is a big miss from Punjab. And Giacomakis, that player, he was one on one. I mean, so close. I mean, even closer than the penalty spot. Vishal Kath was just nowhere near for that to get a save to it. What a playmaking that is. That is what Punjab is bit critical at times. I told you guys, Punjab is bit critical. I mean, if they get those one goals, they will be deep down on those defensive aspects. Vidal, one-on-one against Biswas. Look at that tackle from Dipendu Biswas. Dipendu Biswas is getting those tackles so good on the pitch. Inside the box, he makes that tackle. Such a young player, such a brave boy. Dipendu Biswas getting those tackles time and again inside the box. He is denying every opportunities. And he is not even getting those booking as well because he is making those tackles so good. It is Vidal who is moving to the aspects of Ashik Kurnian. McLaren with that shot. McLaren has got shot, that single opportunity in that second half. McLaren inside the box. You can't deny the Mohun Bagan Super Giants to win any match in the ISL this season. And it is now McLaren who in the previous leg got that penalty, and now in the second half getting those assists from the right wings inside the box. McLaren gets a double touch into it, and what a shot that was. That is Mohun Bagan Super Giants on the edge of those 60 minutes on the watch. Look at that shot from McLaren. Let us have the replay. Oh my god, it was Dipendu Biswas from the right wings making those pass straight into McLaren. It was Novoselic, Assisi, both of them man marking him good. What a right footer first touch that was from McLaren. He takes a turn into it and he nails it, a banger into the nets of the Punjab FC. Big man Jamie McLaren is the man talking of the town tomorrow morning as well as today in the game where the Mohun Bagan Super Giants have scored that one goal against the Punjab FC. You can't deny the Sobuj and Maroon to win a single game out of this. Good approach. That is what McLaren has proved it again. McLaren has proved it again. You can't deny McLaren of getting a goal into this. You can't deny Jamie McLaren, but what an assist that was from Dipendu Biswas. Tactical changes. Molina brought in the likes of, it is Punjab FC trying to get in from the likes of Abhimeti Singh inside the box, but denied. Yes, it was those tactical approach where Molina just dropped down Ashish Rai. He was not looking the best of his form. He was making some tackles which were looking bit horrendous in the first half. He brought in with the likes of Kurnian onto the left backs, moved Subhashish Bose onto the centre backs, and Rodriguez on the right part of the centre backs with the likes of Dipendu Biswas staying on those right backs. And Dipendu Biswas with his right footer, what cross that was. It was both Assisi and Novoselic man marking McLaren, but McLaren with his right footer first touch was so good, a double touch shot, and that was a banger into the nets of Kumar. No way near for Kumar, but McLaren goes for that first post itself. McLaren even didn't went for that far post. McLaren went for that first post and Kumar was there close to it. But that shot was a banger because Kumar just couldn't get that perfect jump on that fox in the box movement. McLaren has scored, the man on this pitch this season, scoring so big. It is now Liston Colasso passing to Stewart. Stewart crosses that. It is that goal which is open. Shot from Stewart denied. Ashik Kurnian getting those. A touch from McLaren again, but this time Kumar saves it. Now the Super Giants are looking roaring high up on the pitch. Just look at that lip play. Colasso getting those dribbles to Stewart. Stewart getting those shots. Kumar was no way again, taking those shots again. Look at McLaren. He is now getting those passes. That is what which we had the analysis in the first half. It was McLaren who has to press up high against, just on the line against SEC and Novoselic, or it is SEC and Paramveer, where McLaren has to stick his position. It is the corner incoming. Stewart takes it. Header. But Kumar from Punjab, that goalkeeper, gets a good catch of that ball straight into his hands. No header chances incoming. That is what we were talking about. The analysis of the first half which we made after the break, it was the likes of McLaren who has to consistently be on those positions in between SEC or Novoselic, or it is SEC and Paramveer. He has to be in those spots at those regular times. That is what will create those disturbances from their centre backs. That has had happened. To talk about that assist from the likes of Dipendu Biswas, that was a marvel. Dipendu Biswas is a marvel young kid for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. That is a cross incoming. Vishal Kath, look at that. Vishal Kath with that jump. The ball just stuck to his gloves. Look at that. Look at that. Vishal Kath just getting the gloves so sticky and the ball just sticks into his hands so good. It is for Dylan Perez to make those substitutions counting, because if he sticks to this, then the Super Giants are going to get at least one or two more goals. Look at that. Now Vidal is making those runs. He is making those runs against Rodriguez. But Punjab FC, with their tactical approaches in the second half, they have got that big opportunity incoming where Gyökerekis was the man who was just one-on-one against Vishal Kat, and that shot from Gyökerekis just hits the far post, and it was a big opportunity missed by Punjab. Now it is Marjalik and McGann. These two players are lethal. Marjalik as well as Matchcan, both of these players are really lethal from Punjab. It is those super sub moments. 62 minutes on the pitch. Dylan Perez has made his super sub. Dylan Perez has made his super subs count on the pitch. It is the likes of both of these, number 24 Marjalik, Philip Marjalik, as well as number 99 Luka Matchcan coming onto the pitch. Oh my God, what was that? McLaren, why he didn't went for those shots? Whether going for those back passes, take that shot, boy. Stewart getting that touch from Liston Colasso, that second goal. You can't deny the Super Giants of a win this season in the Indian Super League. Oh my God, look at that. The second goal has come. This time it was from Liston Colasso. Look at that. This is a big advantage because just 1 minute back to it, Dylan Perez made the substitution of Luka Matchgan, number 99, and Philip Magic, number 24 on the pitch. The two super subs, they have got those goals, they have got those assists. But it was McLaren getting those. I mean, we were just saying that what was that from McLaren, but Surivanshi getting those interceptions. Liston Colasso with that cross, a magical cross from Colasso. Look at that right footer. Does Greg Stewart gets a touch to it? Look at it. Liston Colasso gets that right footer curl. McLaren gets a touch to it, or it is Colasso. What is that going to be awarded? Is it going for that touch from Colasso? What is that goal going to be awarded? What is that goal going to be awarded? It is for Colasso or is it for Stewart? But what a cross from Liston Colasso. Look at that curl. I mean, whether that was a touch from Stewart or not, we are not confirmed about it. Yes, oh my God, that goal has been awarded to Stewart, the number 10 on the pitch from the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. But that curl, I mean, light-footed curl from Liston Colasso, the Punjab FC, we were just saying after that first goal, will just get one or two more goals. And this happened in just 1 minute after Dylan Perez got his super stubs, Philip Marjalik, number 24, as well as the likes of, when he has got those two substitutions. Yes, it was Luka Matchkan, the number 9, and Philip Marjalik, both of the two super subs coming in. And in just, oh my God, look at that. Luka Matchkan makes his move. Luka Matchkan makes his move. That was a perfect double touch from Luka Matchkan inside the box. And that assist from Philip Marjalik. Both of these two players are lethal, guys. Philip Marjalik and Luka Matchkan, the number 24 and number 99 on the page. They are lethal. But they have dropped down Vidal as well as Rai. So Punjab will now make those offensive aspects coming on because they are down by 2 goals. Punjab are down by 2 goals. What to praise for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants? I mean, every time they are getting the goals, it is looking so clinical. The tactical aspects from Molina, bringing in the likes of Ashik Kurnian, that experienced man, onto the left backs, swapping the positions with Subhashish Bose and Dipendu Biswas moving to the right backs. and dropping down Ashish Rai, whereas Rodriguez and Bose are the centre backs. The experience which he has got because the likes of Stewart Aldred is not on the pitch. But that was a lucky scoopy chance for Stewart on the pitch. That cross from Colasso just has ended that comfort level which the Mohun Bagan Super Giants can definitely afford to have. A goal of 2 lead, a goal of 2-0 lead, that is definitely which you can afford to have because Philip Merzalik and Luka Mashkin from Punjab, they are lethal. They can create those damages. Man, Gravert Stewart has been given that yellow card and he will miss that next game. Greg Stewart has been booked. Greg Stewart has been booked and he will miss the next game. It is for Cummings or it is for Petratos to be pairing with the next upcoming game for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants with the likes of McLaren. Free kick that is from Punjab. Look at that. Philip Merzalik. He is taking those shots. Vishal Kath. Look at that shot. Philip Merzalik was aware that Rodriguez and Manveer are going to get those jump and he just pitched in that shot deep on those defensive aspects but safe into the hands of Vishal Kath. You have no worries to be incoming when Vishal Kath is there on those goalkeeping positions. It was just a big opportunity which Punjab FC couldn't convert with the likes of Giacomakis. He misses it and he hits the woodwork against Vishal Kath. And after that, it was a comeback 1-on-1, 2 goals by the Super Giants with the likes of Dipendu Biswas, McLaren, and the second goal coming in from the likes of Liston Colasso and Greg Stewart. Greg Stewart being awarded that second goal, that was a bit lucky for him. Rodriguez passes that to Biswas. Biswas has got Manveer. Suryavanshi getting those dribbles scored. Passes to Colasso, Tangri staying deep on the defensive aspects. Ashik Kurnian back to Subhashish Bose, Tangri, Dipendu Biswas. Look at those creativity from Biswas. Look at those creativity from Biswas. Suryavanshi getting those missed passes from the defensive midfield. It is again the likes of Merzalik making his move. Defensive aspect of Dipendu Biswas, he is a marvel. Ashish Rai, he is an aggressive player, but at times he loses his cool nerves. That is what Ashish Rai misses at times. Ashish Rai is also a very talented player. He has got those capabilities, makes those runs, he has got those offensive awareness, he plays those extra frontmen at times, he plays those sweeper backs as well. But at times, to talk about Ashish Rai, he misses those cool nerves on the pitch. But to talk about Dipendu Biswas, he is a marvel. He is a marvel. Both of these two players, if you talk about comparison of Ashish Rai and Dipendu Biswas with his cool on the pitch looks so good, and Ashish Rai with his aggressiveness on the pitch looks so cool. Both of the two players talented in multi-directional ways are yielding. Liston Colasso, look at that 360 turn from Colasso. Colasso is now having that goal and he will be enjoying the next 20 minutes of the gameplay, 70 minutes on the watch. Can we get 1 or 2 more goals from the Super Giants? Where as Punjab FC are making those crosses happening, but they have got Merzalik and Mashkin. They can afford to get a goal at least. Vishal Kath with that goal kick. McLaren is dropping down. Again, McLaren is dropping down. Again, things McLaren is bit dropping down. Whereas he has to stay with the likes of Assisi on the pitch. Yes, it is Stewart passing that for McLaren. Oh my God, Manveer Singh was also there. A good block. Punjab is now playing those good blacks high up on the pitch because the game is now open. The Super Giants has nothing to lose in this. They are 2 goals up, but Punjab FC down by 2 goals have now to just open up. At least they can get some consolation, or will they go for those equalizers? There is a poll as well on the chat section. Give your votes on it. Booz Maroon, Punjab, or it is a draw. Still 20 minutes of the gameplay left. In this time, I would say Dylan men, Punjab, the Glasgow Punjab, they have nothing to do because they are deep down in the ISL table. They must go for those equalizers. I mean, I don't find it anything good in it that they are staying on those defensive aspects still now. That is what is lacking. That is what is Dylan Perez is not feeding his team good. That is what a not. That is definitely not a good feeding from Dylan Perez onto the pitch. He has brought in Marzalek and Matchkin, the two super subs. They have got those goals. They have got those assists. Oh my God, Paramveer, that young kid on the centre backs, number 35 from Punjab, has got that yellow card in those tackles. Colasso on the right wings passes to Stewart. Stewart back passes to Suryavanshi. Suryavanshi going for those shots, but that was bit overpowered and not in a perfect pitch to get into the net. Why is Suryavanshi going for those vast shots? Instead, just get the possession of the ball. That is what the nerves, you have to keep it cool on the pitch of football. Suryavanshi 1-on-1 against Macken. Macken, a block that is from the likes of Ashik Kurnian. Ashik Kurnian on the left back is playing those anchor positions. He is, as he has those physicalities, he has those offensive aspects, he makes those passes. But from Ashik Kurnian, what is lacking in the left back is he never goes for those clearances. Instead, he moves for those passes. He is, I mean, only with that aspect, Ashik Kurnian at times is a bit predictable, making those passes to the deep centre backs. In that way, it can be a lethal. But apart from that, Ashik Kurnian on the left midfield pitch is also a big marvel. He has got those capabilities. Back from a long time injury, Ashik Kurnian making his presence felt this season at the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Super Giants has got everything, whatever you need to be on the pitch. From the left backs, from the right backs, from the centre backs, from the midfield, from the defensive midfields, attacking forwards, centre forwards. They have got a huge bunch of talent and they are performing it so good. There are other teams as well, but the balance which Molina brings it into the team with those defensive aspects, with those attacking aspects, it is what the both the left and the right balance where you have to get those capabilities counting. That is a shot being taken. Oh my God. It is those frustrations from Pradhan, Punjab FC, taking those out of the box shots, but nowhere near the frame. I mean, into the nets. That is definitely not going to come so wide, and nobody's for Vishal Gayat. It is 75 minutes on the watch, and the second half drinks break is on. And that goal from McLaren and that assist from Dipendu Biswas has just overturned the table for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. The book makers did really have a big stint on it that the Super Giants are going to win it big, and it was the likes of Biswas and the likes of McLaren scoring it so good. And that second goal which came, it was also a marvel from Liston Colasso. That single man army who was being divided in the first half with the likes of Novoselic and Lungdim. But the appointment of Ashik Kunyan on the left back, the substitution being made by Molina, tactically changed the game. Look at that, look at that. I mean, that cross from Dipendu Biswas to Colasso He was being man marked, and what a perfect pitch that was from the Penduviswas to McLaren. Oh my god, McLaren takes that shot that was so clinical to the first post, and the second goal which came. It is something which is big happening. Cristian Colasso with that second goal, look at that curl which he took. He, instead of going for those power shots, he went on for those lofted curls into the box, and it was Greg Stewart, whether it was knowingly or unknowingly, gets, I mean, was that a touch or not? That is a different debatable aspect. But that goal was awarded to Greg Stewart for that touch. It is now Cummings coming onto the pitch. Greg Stewart off to the sidelines will miss the next match because he is with a yellow card. Now it is Cummings seen on the pitch. Can Cummings add one more goal to this glory? Till 15 minutes, McLaren one-on-one against Kumar. No, Kumar was right there on the perfect position to get those offensive goalkeeping movements. Suryavanshi down on the pitch, one-on-one tackle. That is damn worries. It is Sahal injured. Now it is Suryavanshi down to the pitch. Worries in the midfield for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants because still in the fixtures they have got those big matches incoming. Mohun Bagan Super Giants in the fixtures, they have got the injuries of Sahal. We don't know that whether that is going to be a long time or not. And now it is the likes of Suryavanshi dropping down on the pitch. With that tackle, he is looking injured. The next game it is against the Kerala Blasters for the Super Giants. But apart from that, it is Odisha FC, that game which happened in the previous leg. Revenge has to be taken against Odisha FC on February 23rd. The second upcoming game from the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Next, after that is Mumbai City, and FC Goa is that team. I mean, last 4 matches for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Kerala Blasters, Odisha FC, Mumbai City, and FC Goa. In the midfield, whether Sahal has got those long time injuries or not, that is also the worth. Because in the midfields, if you talk about, it is just with the likes of Saurav Bhanwala to be made those substitutions. Apart from the likes of Apuya, that will be concerning. Mohun Bagan still has 4 games to be ongoing, but to talk about in the table, if we have a good aspect over here. Out of those 4 games, if Mohun Bagan wins one of that, it will be 3 games, and they are against Jamshedpur FC with 2 games to play. It is 12 points difference. Mohun Bagan out of those 4 games can afford, I mean, just have to win 2 of those games, and that will just lead to a victory into this ISL season again. The reigning champions will again become the shield holder. The Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Oh my god, Liston Colasso is down on the pitch. Liston Colasso is down on the pitch. What is that rusty tackle which the Punjab FC are making time and again? Why is the referee not giving those bookings for them? Dylan Paris with his substitutions being made, the number 99 and the number 24 with the likes of Philip Marjalik and with the likes of their Luka Macken have not been able to get those super sub moments, whereas Mohun Bagan Super Giants in the second half, they have got those Marvel 2 goals. What is those substitutions which Dylan Paris will make? Yes, he has brought in Mohammad Suhail and he has brought in Nihal Sudesh. But no more substitutions apart from that of Jason Cummings on the 77th minute. Molina has got Glenn Martins back to the squad from a long time injuries. Petatos and Suhail Ahmad Bhatt. I mean, in this game, still up by 2 goals. Molina should try to bring in Suhail Ahmad Bhatt as well after those 85, late stoppage time. Suhail Ahmad Bhatt needs to get those play time as well. But to talk about the likes of Molina, Molina has been a marvel. To talk about the likes of McLaren, talking about this player, Jimmy McLaren, 19 games played. It is his 20th game this season. 16 matches he has started, and he has got those 8 goals. Can we get those big numbers counting? Can we get those big numbers counting? Because in the Indian Super League, talking about these stats, it is Aladdin Achare who is that top scorer. No one can deny him. Aladdin Achare from the likes of Northeast has got those big 18 goals as his stats. Jimenez, Sunil Chetri has 11. Armando Sadiku has got 9. Luka Mashkin has also got those 7 goals. Luka Mashkin was that he is that deadly player from Punjab FC which he can. And whereas from the assist making, it is the likes of Connor Shields who has got those big assists. To talk about Connor Shields, he is that player at the Chennai FC, the next game which will be having the watch along as well. Connor Shields is that player which will to be worried. Aten Luna from the Kerala Blasters, Noah Sadui from the Kerala Blasters also are on there. Kerala Blasters have got those assists but not those goal conversions good enough. Whereas the likes of Aladdin Aljare, he has been that lethal player this season. He has got those 18 goals. That is huge. That is huge. But according to the best player he has been, apart from that, Subhashish Bose, on the other hand, the Indian captain is high on those rankings. Look at that. Dipendu Biswas gets a hit on his hand, but that shot was taken straight onto his body and his hand was close to his body and no penalty was given. That is what the penalty is not going to count because his hand was close onto his body. Look at that shot being taken. Subhashish Bose tries to go for Manveer Singh, but Abhimetri Singh from the Punjab getting those interceptions good. Are Punjab going to make those comebacks? Because in the previous leg they lost by 3-1, but they scored in the first half of the previous leg with the likes of Shabong in just 12 minutes. In this game also Punjab FC has got those big chances upcoming. They haven't been able to capitalize it good with the likes of Giacomakis and the likes of Shabong and Vidal. They haven't been that creative, but overall, Vidal was that man who was making those creative moments on the pitch, but he was not getting those assists. He had those few big chances being created as well. It is that big form, big moments, because the 2 goals which the Super Giants have scored with the likes of Dipendu Biswas with that cross, oh my god, that was lethal, that was deadly, and straight in for the likes of McLaren, who was being man marked both by Assisi and Novolasek. Both of them were marking. Oh my god, Vishal Kath, what a clearance that is. Dipendu Biswas not getting that clearance good enough. What is that happening on the defensive aspect? Why the clearances are not getting that good? Why are opportunities being given to the Punjab FC inside the box? Clear that ball, good boy, Vishal Kath. Oh my god, what a bad clearance that was from him. That was a bad touch from Vishal Kath, and the ball just scooped up high on the pitch. Get your nerves cooled, boys. Get your nerve cooled. Don't lose away those nerves at the late hour of the stoppage time. It is those clutch moments you need to count on. Punjab are now looking for those crosses. To talk about this aspect from Punjab, it is a fool's way to rush in because every time you are going for those crosses, whereas you have got the right of Alberto Rodriguez, Subhashish Bose there on those defensive aspects, Ashikurian, tall guy, physically strong, as well as the likes of Dipendu Biswas and that elite goalkeeper Manuel Neuer of the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, Vishal Kath. How are you going to get those crosses and headers converted? Punjab FC is going those fools way rushing job trying to do trying to get those same job done by the same process and expecting some of those marvel results, which is not going to happen. This is not going to happen for Punjab. They have to bring in some creativity on the edge of the box to get past Suryavanshi and from the likes of either Rodriguez or from the likes of Subhashi Bose to commit any mistake. Apart from that, it is Manveer Singh inside the box. First touch from McLaren. No, that touch wasn't that clinical, but Manveer Singh gets that cross straight for McLaren and McLaren makes that move. That is what I was talking about in the first half. That is what I was talking about in the first half. It is for McLaren to make those deep runs in between Paramveer and SEC, or it is in between Novoselic and SEC. That is the way you can get those three centre backs changing their formations, and it is those aspects where the likes of Cummings or whether the likes of in the first half it was Stewart going to make those moves. Tangri back passes, Ashik Kurnian, Colasso dropping down. Look at that positioning from Suryavanshi. Look at that positioning from Suryavanshi. To talk about Suryavanshi, there are certain aspects on those defensive midfield he misses at times. He stays a bit high on the pitch. He doesn't play those anchor positions. But at times, he does it so good in man marking. It is with the assist of Tangri on the pitch. Suryavanshi is getting compatible with this. To talk about Abhishek Suryavanshi, he is not getting fully compatible with the approach which Molina is having. That alignment, that was flags are raised. That is offside. Macken, the number 99, has just been flagged offside. He has been consistently trying to get those clinical moves out on the pitch, but not happening from the man of Dylan Paris. 88 minutes, 30 seconds. Just 1 minute to go and stoppage time. How many more goals? McLaren inside the box, passes to Cummings, but the Super Giants are getting their players outnumbered. Super Giants on those attacks were just outnumbered by Punjab FC in their own box. Macken passes that. Punjab FC trying to gain those possessions. A tackle won by Tangri. Tangri has got the options of changing the flanks, but no, he denies. He's being denied. It is Lumdim, that player on the right midfield as well as on those super back positions. Lumdim is that player who has done it so good. Both Abhimeti Singh from the left midfields, Lumdim on the right midfields for Punjab, they have been good, as well as Shabong. But apart from that, all of the Punjab FC players haven't been those clinical in this game. It was Shabong who scored in the first leg in just 12 minutes. It was Rodriguez who got those 2 goals in the first leg from the Super Giants. It is Cummings winning that to McLaren. That is the 3rd goal. That is what I'm saying, guys. That is what I'm saying. It is for McLaren to stay up on those high centre back lineups against the Punjab. In this game, we had the first half analysis of it, and that was a mispass which happened because it was now Cummings just getting those tackles. He was staying on those pivotal positions. That was a mispass from Punjab, and they have cheaply given away that 3rd goal. It is the nerves, it is the muscle memory which Punjab is lacking, and that was a gifted opportunity to Cummings, and he just gets that assist to McLaren. McLaren getting his 2nd goal. This is his. Has McLaren got his 10th goal? Has McLaren got his 10th goal? Can we get McLaren counting on to those? This is the 10th goal for Jamie McLaren. This is the ninth goal, to be precise. My mistake, guys. That is the ninth goal for Jamie McLaren this season. Still 4 games to play. How many more goals will McLaren score? How many more goals will McLaren score this season? He has got 9 goals. But to be on the top of the ISL, it is Aladdin from Northeast Ajare who has got those big 18 goals. Aladdin Ajare he is the another Marvel top scorer. He has scored 18 goals. He is the top scorer of the Indian Super League this season. Aladdin Ajare from Northeast. But in this game, 90 minutes are up. 4 minutes of the stoppage time for this game. Mohun Bagan Super Giants against the Punjab FC. What is more going? Can we get those fourth goal, guys? Can we get those fourth goal? The two super subs, Philip Merzelik, as well as with the likes of Luca Macken from the Dylan Paris, Glasgow Punjabs, not being those super sub positions to be played. Big win, boys. 3-0 win. Still 4 games to play and ahead of the second spot by 12 points. But the team on the second spot has got 2 more games to play. But Mohun Bagan Super Giants still has 4 games to play and 12 points ahead in the Super League. I mean, if Mohun Bagan Super Giants get those, to be precise, 2 wins out of those 4 matches, it is a definite win in the Indian Super League. No denying the fact. Vimeti passes that. Look at that tackle to Dipendu Biswas. Look at that tackle being made to Dipendu Biswas. He is down to the pitch. But the referee asked for the game to continue. Liston Colasso, Cummings running onto the wings. It is Mohun Bagan Super Giants with the likes of Dipendu Biswas down on the pitch, and it was for Macken to get those goals counting. But look at that, Dipendu Biswas is down to the pitch, but the referee is paying no heed to it, and he asked for that game to continue. That is a big waste. That is a big waste decision on the pitch. Look at that. Dipendu Biswas was down on the pitch, and what a challenge that was from Lungdim. Look at that elbow push on his chest. If that is a injury coming in for Dipendu Biswas, that is a bad tackle from Lungdim on the pitch. That number 12 from Punjab FC, that was intentional. That tackle from Lungdim, number 12 on the jersey for the Punjab FC, that was very bad. That was straight elbow challenge onto the lower chest abdominal part of Dipendu Biswas. That was bad. Dipendu Biswas has got that marvel assist with that cross to McLaren, and now he has been challenged so badly by that number 12 Lungdim from Punjab FC. That was straight onto his lower part of the chest. I hope that is not a big injury coming on. I hope that is not a big injury coming on. Dipendu Biswas has got those. He is down to the pitch. Man, this player, Lungdim, all the 90 minutes, he has been doing those tackles. It was against Colasso, he was making those tackles. It was Novoselec making those bad tackles against Colasso. And now he has made those bad tackles against Dipendu Biswas. That is definitely a card to be shown. But finally, Dipendu Biswas is onto his legs. Is he looking injured? The referee has blown the whistle, and here comes the first half. The reigning champions of the Indian Super League, the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, will clinch the title this season as well, because they have still got 4 games to play and a 12 points lead. No one can deny the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, the Sobuj and Maroon, to get those big wins. What a goal scoring shot that was from McLaren, assist from Dipendu Biswas. The second goal, which was scored, Liston Colasso. What a perfect goal that was. Stewart getting that touch to it, and that third goal, Peter Cummings is the man. Oh man, whenever he comes to the pitch on those substitutions, he get those goals counting, and Cummings getting his assist to McLaren. McLaren gets his second goal of this game, and this is his ninth goal of the season. McLaren, 18 games played, 9 goals scored. What a big talent. But Molina and his men will definitely want to clinch the Shield, the Indian Super League, the Cup this season as well, because still 4 games to play. I mean, to talk about the Mohun Bagan Super Giants fixtures, look at it, guys. Look at it. It is the win over Punjab FC 3-0. Next, the game is against Kerala Blasters. It is the next game after that, Odisha FC, Mumbai City, and FC Goa. I mean, for me, the 2 games, I mean, Kerala Blasters, that will be a cheeky picky because it is an away game. Against Odisha, we have to get those big wins. Against FC Goa, that is a redemption to be taken because that first leg, FC Goa has got a win. Against Mumbai City are not best of their form this season, but all the matches of the Indian Super League are so close and they are so lethal that anything can happen. Still, Mohun Bagan Super Giants 4 games to play this season, but in the points table, if we look at it, it is Mohun Bagan Super Giants at the top of it. 46 points, 25 goal difference, a 12 points lead against the second spot Jamshedpur FC, but Jamshedpur has still got 2 more games. Jamshedpur can bring down the gap to a win of 2 with 6 points. That is still a 4-point lead. So out of those 4 upcoming games, Mohun Bagan Super Giants, if they get those 2 wins out of those upcoming 4 games, that is Mohun Bagan Super Giants going on to clinch the top of the table again, the reigning giants. You can't deny Super Giants, the Sobuj and Maroon, to get the shield again. Jamshedpur at the second spot, 12 points behind, 2 games in hand. FC Goa still has got 2 games in hand with more worries. They are 13 points behind. Northeast United were doing so good in the first half of the season, but with the likes of their Aladdin Aljare, I mean that Aladdin kid, 29 points. They have dropped some points in the second half. Bengaluru dropping down in the first half were also doing good, but in the second half they have lacked those forms. They have got those humiliations back to back in 4 to 5 games. Odisha FC, that is the redemption which has to be taken. Odisha FC, get ready for that second leg. Kerala Blasters at the 8th spot, 24 points. Punjab in this game with this loss, 23, 18 games. East Bengal, I mean 18 points. East Bengal has managed to win 5. I mean in the first half, East Bengal FC were disastrous in their performance. But in the second half, I mean in the late first half and in the second half, they tried to get some makeover over it, but not that sufficient enough. Whereas Chennaiyan, 19, 4 wins. Hyderabad has got 18 and 3 wins, whereas Mohammedan Sporting just managing 2 wins out of their 18 games. So Mohun Bagan Super Giants are definitely going to clinch the top spot. Rest 4 of the games left in the Indian Super League for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants. And out of those 4 games, if they get those 50%, 2 wins, at least they will be at the top spot. No one can deny them of any chances. Apart from that, if we look at the stats, it is Subhashish Bose from Mohun Bagan Super Giants who has been that consistent player. But the stats of the Indian Super League, if we just move on too much into it, I mean the stats of the players, to be precise, just look at it. It is that top scorer Aladdin Aljare from Northeast United who has been doing it so good. Jesus Jimenez from Kerala Blasters, also has got those 11 goals. Sunil Chetri has also got 11 goals, but it is the likes of, McLaren, who has got 9 goals, still 4 games in hand. From the assist, if we talk about from Chennai FC, it is Connor Shields who has been making those passes and crosses. Adrian Luna also from Kerala Blasters and Sadoi from Kerala Blasters. But to the top, it is Aladdin Achare all the way, all the way. Subhashish Bose and Noah Sadugi are there on the second and third spot. Apart from that, in the ISL Indian Super League, there is nothing much to be seen. The 4 upcoming games for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, it is Kerala Blasters away game against Odisha, that is the second leg home. Mumbai City also, that is an away game, and FC Goa, that is the last game where FC Goa has to be seen those redemption to be made. What a game of the Indian Super League this is, and Mohun Bagan getting those big wins time and again with the likes of their defensive approach from Molina, with the likes of those tactical gameplay changes by Molina, bringing in those substitutions at that right pitch, right time. He generally goes for those late 80 to 85 minute substitution, but in this game he brought in the likes of Ashish Kunnen onto the pitch and dropping down Ashish Rai. That was a marvel. That was a marvel. And the 2 goals which Dipendu Biswas got his assist with Jamie McLaren getting those touches inside the box. That was a big game changer moment. And the second goal, which came from the likes of Liston Colasso, that curl, not getting those powers, but that perfect curl, Stewart getting those touch was a big moment as well. And the third goal, Cummings, whenever he comes onto the pitch for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants, he does it so good. And this time his assist with that giveaway chances from the Punjab FC defense, McLaren got his second goal of this game. All total 3-0 is the scoreline, the full time on here. And Mohun Bagan Super Giants, joy Mohun Bagan, joy Super Giants, joy Sabuj Maroon, all the way into the Indian Super League. That was the watch along of Mohun Bagan Super Giants and the like of Punjab FC in the Indian Super League. The predictions for the upcoming matches tonight, it is the likes of Copa del Rey quarterfinal, Leganes against Real Madrid. It was the last night which we had the watch along of Rogi Blancos. That was a big win from Atletico Madrid, and Simeone, that man who scored with the likes of Guilherme Simeone, that right winger, 2 goals. That was also the goal-changing moment of the previous Copa del Rey quarterfinals. It was Atletico moving on, and now it is Leganes in the Copa del Rey. Tonight, we will be having the watch-along of this Leganes and Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, apart from this game, in the upcoming, it is the likes of Atletico Madrid this weekend, the derby weekend for the Real Madrid, as well as the likes of, they have Manchester City in those 2 Champions League legs. And apart from this game, we will be also having the EFL Cup semi-final tonight, Newcastle and Arsenal, where Newcastle on an aggregate in the first leg of the EFL Cup has got those 2 goals lead to that of Arsenal. Can Mikel Arteta's men, after those thumping wins against Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, get those comebacks? They crushed Manchester City by 5 goals. But this time, Newcastle in the first leg have got those 2 goals lead to that of Arsenal. Can Arsenal get those thumping EFL Cup semi-final, or it is the Newcastle, are they going to get those wins? And on the other hand, it is also the DFB Pokal quarterfinals by Leverkusen and FC Cologne going on. The previous night it was Stuttgart getting those wins, but in this DFB Pokal, on the one side of the bracket, it is Leipzig who is coming on high, because Leipzig are out of the Champions League. They are a bit down in the Bundesliga table as well. But RB Leipzig against Leverkusen is the much prediction for the DFB Pokal finals this season. That is also the watch we will have, Bayer Leverkusen against FC Cologne in the DFB Pokal quarterfinal. And apart from that, it is also AC Milan against Roma, Coppa Italia quarterfinal. In the previous night, which we had the watch along, it was Atlanta knocked out by Bologna. Atlanta were down with injuries. I mean, much of their attackers were not present in the lineup due to those injuries. And it was Gasperini's men getting those knocked out. I mean, Atlanta doing so good in the Serie A table at the third spot. In the Champions League also they are doing it so good. But in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals, Atlanta has been knocked by Bologna. We have made the compilation video of the previous night watch-alongs Atletico Madrid against the likes of Getafe, and yes, Atlanta with the likes of Bologna on our playlist as well. Do check it on. And tonight, the four matches we will be having, it is on the screen. It is Leganes and Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals, Newcastle and Arsenal in the EFL Cup semifinals, Bayer Leverkusen and FC Cologne DFB Pokal quarterfinal, and it is Milan and Roma in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals. The Copas, the DFB Pokals, all are happening. We are having the playlist created and the post-game reviews as well as those analysis of the matches which we had. The watch along is also all the leagues are covered: the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, the Serie A, the Champions League, as well as the likes of other leagues across the globe. All are made in a different playlist. Do check out of those and do give us those like, share and subscribe before ending this team. And yes, joy Mohun Bagan, joy Super Giants, Indian Super League, all the way down for the Mohun Bagan Super Giants to win it again back to back. Give us those like, share and subscribe. Keep going guys. Bye bye.